welcome everyone. And today we have a special guest. We have Daniel and his colleagues Karel and Teresa with us. And sometimes I call Daniel, I will call him Dan. And in Czech language, we have many different cases. So if you hear me saying Dane, Danovi, Danem, Dana, Karle, Karli, Karel, Karlovi, it's all the same people, and this is just our language. So yeah, I have nothing to do about, and you don't want to get me started about the fact that my wife has a different last name because she's a female, and the cases are changing even with the family names depending on the gender. So we will not go there. And if you hear different funny names, is the same name. And with Daniel, we have been working together for almost 5 years now, and we try to see each other over a coffee or a burger probably twice a year now, and more often on the calls because we don't live in the same city. And if I should quickly introduce Daniel, I would say that he's a former developer in a real estate company and currently a national leader of multi-denominational ministry. And he's a person with dreams that are greater than him and dreams that are higher than his ministry and bigger than our country, Czech Republic. And therefore, Daniel is building excellent team around him. And that's why we have together with us Teresa and Karel today. So lastly, Daniel is also a church planter and a person that if could, he would throw away his laptop and a phone and he would go somewhere into the forest like he is at the moment, that he would be just without technology and just enjoying God's creation. So if somebody here owns a cottage, please don't raise your hands. Otherwise, maybe Daniel will come unannounced and he will camp there with you guys.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so I have some questions to get to know Daniel better. So, Daniel or Dan, how do you explain to an elderly Czech neighbor your work?
Just firstly, hello everybody. It's a privilege to be here with you. And back to question. I introduce myself, my job as I'm a headman. So sometimes people think headman of what? Of Indians or, you know. So, and I said, I say Christian scouts and clubs. So
Yes, thank you for sharing. It must be funny reactions with them.
yes,
And I think
always
just the fact
smiling.
that you work not for a church but with a ministry, it's usually unheard of, and sometimes you get funny reactions, right?
Yes.
Yes. And we had a very interesting question for Martina last month when she was on the Zoom with us. And I like the question, so we have it here again. So Dan, if you could witness one miracle from the Bible, which one would it be?
Actually, for me, a big miracle is when Joshua and Caleb they gave a good kind of testimony of promised land, and there were only two, and other 10 they were really afraid. So for me, the biggest miracle if you are able to go over your fear. So this I like the story.
Yeah.
For sharing. Most of us, I think they have met you before, either in person or online. And so I will just have a very brief introduction today of your ministry. So you are leading the Dorostova Unie, Junior Union, and it's a part of our summer camp program, Ambassadors Together. And through camps, your ministry is sharing the gospel with Czech children, and that mostly based from non-Christian families. And the team of leaders is working with the children all year round in the local clubs. And for example, Karel, that we'll share later, he is one of the leaders of the local clubs. So, Dan, what has happened in your youth ministry since last July when we had the last call with you?
Actually, we just printed a new booklet called Newcomer for kids. So it's Christian material with also some practical tasks, and it's colored by our designer. So I'm very happy that we printed a month ago. And also we received a registration from federal government. It's a certification for that we are able to give a certification to the leaders for summer camps. It's law if you are using resources from the state, and also from there are some other conditions. It's necessary to have a special course for the main leaders of summer camp. So we are happy that we received this certification as organization, and now we we are able to give it to other leaders if they will be able to pass the the exams.
Wow, it's huge.
Now, what type of things does the government want to approve?
Very often, like hygienic norms,
Hmm.
standards,
Yeah,
hygienic standards. Also, that you are very good in law, what
yeah,
it's restricted, etc., and also health, stuff. So these three kinds of areas are
yeah,
the most.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm.
They are not really so much interested about practical training of camping.
Hmm.
yeah.
So how about the camps itself? Did you see any growth last year?
Yeah,
Mm.
we always are growing. Sometimes it's bigger, jump. I think
Mhm.
last year it was to compare with last year, it was several more camps. So in last year we had 21, and
Mhm.
5 years ago we have just 9.
Mhm.
And what is nice that altogether we have 45, 46 camps, and 21 which are with you with partnership. These 21, they are mission ambassador oriented, and
Mhm.
it means that they have like 30 and more percentage, of non-believers or non-Christian background.
Mhm. Yeah, it's very exciting to see the growth of our partnership over the years, and yeah, and I'm very excited about the next year. And I know that you told me, I think before Christmas, about new denominations. So do you have any updates on the partnerships?
Yeah, in fall, the first Christian Scout troop, we have the first troop in Baptist denomination,
Mhm.
and we had a meeting with the leadership of national leadership of Baptist denomination, and I will have some teaching on their two conferences
Yeah,
coming on May and on
Mhm.
fall. So they are very open, very, yeah, they like what we do, and they are really, it's nice, warm welcoming. I
yeah,
was really surprised. We were also tried to open another cooperation with another denomination, but it was not so successful, to be honest. So
mhm,
it's just we have to wait. So, but we will focus on this one, which is
yeah,
really good
Wonderful.
yeah.
looking.
Mhm. Mhm. So what difficulties are you facing this year?
Yeah, actually, we it's necessary if you will run our summer camp. It's necessary to have receive this certification. It means that it's necessary to spend 2 weekends and another one day for a last exam, which will take 4 hours per one person. So we have to guarantee the quality.
Mhm.
So this is challenge for some leaders. I hope that it will not decrease the number of summer camps because
Mhm.
you have some, expectations. So we try to do it, you know, as to do it, somehow, you know, human for them, how to
Mhm.
say.
Mm.
But we have to keep some laws, etc. So we will see.
Mhm. It sounds similar to some of the camp leaders that they want to do a camp and they don't want to apply for a grant or they don't want to report about it,
Yeah.
and they just want to have a camp and not do
Yes.
the rest of the work. Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
And another, we are really exciting that a Christ, one actually church, which is Ukraine church from Prague, that
Mm.
they would like to join us, and their leaders visited our first two courses, one in February, and also
Mhm.
last weekend we had online course, and they also visited. So
Mhm.
we will be happy to start our summer camps and also the regular activity with the Ukraine community in Prague.
Thank you for sharing. Dan, what excites you about the upcoming camp season?
Well, I'm really happy that summer camps are something which is it's the best of whole year. Very often it's more than 1 week, but at least 1 week. Very often, sometimes 2 weeks. So it is something what kids really love.
Mhm.
And the leaders are spending a lot of time with the kids, during the camp, and it's excellent, chance to speak with them more open and
Mhm.
also about spiritual faith. So I look forward that for somebody it can be really heart-changing experience during the
Mhm.
summer.
Yes, great. And
Um,
talking about the future plans, so in 4D we are always seeking for local leaders with dreams and with a heart to serve the Lord and do something locally for their communities, and therefore people can be transformed. And then we empower them in the God's calling and help them fulfill the mission. And as the ministries are growing and maturing, we as kind of the parents, we trust them and we help them to be rather independent than dependent on the foreign income. And Dana, could you please describe to us the new initiative with the selected leaders for this year?
Yeah, we would like to take few leaders of the camps, and we would like to find another resources from you know from the local city or from the state,
Mhm.
which help them to be more financially adult or fully adult,
Mhm.
and that you know the help from you, that it can be you know used for a new camps, so
Mhm.
it will be kind of cycling process.
Mhm.
mhm.
Yes. Yes, I think it will result in the multiplication the same way that I can ask you on how many camps you will be this year, and you cannot be at all 42 camps. And that's the beauty of the multiplication, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So we actually started registration for this year, but we don't have the result yet. We will have in 1 or 2 weeks. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact numbers.
Yes. Mhm. Can you share a story with us from your ministry that helps you get up in the morning or serve when you don't feel like it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
like I'm focused for new generation of leaders, because if you have leaders, you know you are able to serve the kids. Without leaders, it's not possible. And general, it's like always, even Jesus didn't have enough leaders for harvest, so we are in similar situation. And but I'm happy that I can see that the generation which we served when they were small, now they are becoming leaders and even
Mhm.
regional coordinators.
Mm.
So I really like it because they went through our educations courses, and it's much easier to work with them. So in this moment, majority of regional coordinators, they are coming from our education training system.
Mhm.
So we are not working only with camps, but we focus on whole year activity, including transforming courses
Mhm.
Yeah.
for young leaders.
Mhm.
Mhm. And Dan, do you have a testimony to share with us today?
Testimony, me or Karel?
Like someone from some
Yeah.
children, if you remember from
Mm.
last year camps,
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if
or
not
Terka.
in this moment, but maybe Teresa, if has someone, I'm not sure.
Yes, I can share some testimony if you want
Mhm.
to. There was, for example, a girl. Her name was Hannah. We don't know how old she was because we are not really able to collect this personal data when it comes to testimony because according to Czech law, it's very intimate information. So we must be very strict about this. But she said that last year it was her sixth time at the camp, and she had a lot of friends there, and it was great. And she really liked the program about the darkness and about Jesus. And there was a picture and the story about darkness, and that Jesus is the light who shines through all the darkness in the world. And for her, it was a message that
Mm.
says, even if my problems don't disappear with Jesus, he is always with me and he loves me. And I will definitely go to the other events that my group, the group that organized this camp, will organize in the future.
Mm.
Uh, would you like to hear some more testimonies?
Yes, you can do one more.
There is one more from a girl. Her name is Sophia, and she said that she really liked the camp. And firstly, she didn't really get along with the girls, but through the camp and through all the social activities and through all those programs that were there, they bond together. She find a really good friend there, and at the end of her testimony, she said that she decided that she want to put her life into the arms of Jesus, like her mom did, like years before. And she also said that she would like to go to other events that her club will organize. And we have many testimonies like this, and it is really nice. I think that all in all, children really think about the devotional aspects here. And also, there is a focus not only on the camps, but on the follow-up activities.
Mm.
And this is what we can see there. Children, they know that the camp, it's peak of the season, but it's not the end. There is a next school year, there is the rest of the summer, and we go together, like step by step. We are building relationships and we grow together as a community.
Mhm. Thank you so much for sharing. It's,
Hmm.
we need to have the numbers. We need to, somehow track the impact and all of that that's happening. But then you hear one of two stories and it somehow speaks, at least to me, even more. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing and that we are collecting it faithfully throughout the years. And it shows just, about the God's work that we are doing. So thank you.
Hmm.
Now we will move to interview with Karel. So Daniel, can you please introduce your colleague and share how you two have met?
Yeah, Karel or Charles in English. We met a couple of years ago, and he was leading a mission group of kids in a city or in town called Havlíčkův Brod, or close to
Mhm.
Kotěboř, actually, exactly, Kotěboř.
Mhm.
I don't know if you are able to repeat it, Kotěboř.
Yeah,
And
I know.
I don't.
and
Yeah.
even later on, it was necessary that he join his secular job as he was driving bus. It was very tough, but later on, God opened the possibilities that he will be a mission leader of club in different city. like I don't know, 200 miles away.
Mhm.
And he moved with whole family, and now he actually, a couple years ago, just a few years, he started a new mission club. So I'm very happy that he's so much focused on mission, because
Mhm.
it's not typical what we can see here.
Mhm. Thank you. So now we will have a live translation, so just bear with us. It will take slightly longer. So, Karel, what's your personal testimony?
Tak, první otázka, Karle, jak je tvoje nějaké svědectví, příběh k tomu, jak ses dostal k víře?
Všechny vás ještě jednou zdravím.
Hello, everyone, once again.
Já jsem dítě, které právě přišlo přes podobné aktivity, které dělá Dorostova Unie.
I'm a child who came to faith through similar activities as the Junior Union does.
Pocházím z nevěřící rodiny.
I come from a family of non-believers.
Církev, která pořádala takový příměstský tábor na sídlišti, tak to byla příležitost, jak se setkat s Bohem.
And there was a church who was organizing a camp, and for me it was an opportunity to meet God.
Bylo mi 13 let a hráli se na sídlišti hry a jeden z vedoucích vždycky měl nějaký biblický příběh a mluvil o tom, že Ježíš nás miluje a touží potom, abychom s ním mohli mít vztah.
I was 13 and we were playing some games, and then there was always a leader who was sharing stories, and he was talking about Jesus, how he loves us and how he wants us to be with him.
Moji rodiče v té době moc nezvládali se o mě a o mladšího bratra starat. A
Back
často
then, my parents were not really able to take care of me and my younger brother.
Byl jsem nechtěné dítě a rodiče o mě neměli moc velký zájem.
I was an unwanted child and my parents didn't really care about me.
A najednou jsem slyšel o Bohu, který mě miluje a který se mnou chce mít vztah.
And then suddenly I heard about God who loves me and who wants to have a relationship with me.
To se mě dotklo a začal jsem pravidelně chodit na kluby, které ta církev připravovala po tomhle táboře.
That touched me and I started to attend follow-up clubs that started to happen after the camp ended.
Rok na to jsem skončil v dětském domově, kde jsem byl až do svých 18 let.
The year after that, I ended up in a dětský domov?
Like orphanage, not but with children with parents. Yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up there until I was 18, which is like the limit for being an adult here.
Podařilo se domluvit, že můžu navštěvovat tenhle dětský klub dál a jednou za čas se mohl také jít do církve.
I was able to arrange that I could still, even when being in the orphanage, let's say, that I could still attend the clubs and also come to church once in a while.
V tom dětském domově jsem jednou večer v 15 letech odevzdal svůj život Ježíšovi do rukou a začal mu sloužit právě v tom klubu, skrz který jsem přišel.
When I was in that orphanage, I was 15. One day I decided to give my life to Jesus and I started to serve on one of the clubs, the one thanks to which I came to Jesus.
Pak v 17 letech jsem se nechal pokřtít a začal také sloužit mládeži.
When I was 17, I got baptized and started to serve the youth.
Takhle aspoň zkráceně.
This is in summary my story.
Thank you so much for sharing. It's been very, very touching, and it's very exciting that even here among us that we have people that are now serving with us and with the camps that they met Christ on a camp. Second question. So what were the key points in your life that led you to be the club leader?
Tak druhá otázka. Nějaké klíčové momenty, které tě vedly k tomu, aby se stal takhle vedoucím?
Bylo to tím, že mě vedoucí, kteří mě vedli v tom klubu, tak na to v podstatě připravovali, že i já se můžu stát jedním z vedoucích.
So during my time when I was attending the club, the leaders that were there were continuously preparing me for the possibility that I could also become a leader one day.
To, co jsem sám prožil, tak jsem si najednou byl vědom i toho, že to můžu předat dál a zvěstovat Krista skrze ten svůj příběh.
And based on what I experienced myself, I realized that I could share this to other people now. What happened to me, that I could share the gospel with other people through my story.
Bůh mě neskutečným způsobem provázal životem.
God has led me through my life in unimaginable ways.
Klíčové bylo odpuštění rodičům.
What was key for me was my forgiveness towards my parents.
Krátce po tom, co jsem přišel do toho dětského domova, tak jsem mohl odpustit rodičům, protože jsem viděl, že Bůh je stále se mnou.
Shortly after I came to that orphanage, I realized that I can forgive my parents because God is still with me.
To, že jsem vlastně skončil v tom dětském domově, mě zachránilo a vím, že v tom byl Bůh.
The fact that I ended up in that orphanage in fact saved me, and I realized that God was in the middle of it.
A taky jsem vnímal, že dalším takovým klíčovým bodem bylo, že jsem viděl, že si mě Pán Bůh používá.
And I also saw that another key moment for me was the fact that God was using me, and I saw it.
Viděl jsem, že na sídlištích, když jsme zvali děti do různých evangelizačních akcí, tak ty děti za mnou šly a mohli jsme jim sloužit.
When we were inviting kids to come to various events where we would share the gospel, the kids would follow me.
Když jsem byl dospělý a musel jsem odejít z toho dětského domova, tak jsem prožil povolání do Kolína, kde jsme sloužili mládeži a kde jsem se stal vedoucím mládeže.
When I became an adult at 18 and I had to leave the orphanage, I felt called to go to Kolín, which is a town near Prague, to serve the youth there, and I became the leader of the youth ministry.
O 7 let později nás Pán Bůh už s manželkou povolal do Chotěboře, kde jsme se mohli podílet na zakládání sboru. To byl další klíčový bod v mém životě.
Another key moment in my life was 7 years later when me and my wife felt called to go to Chotěboř, the town that was mentioned before, to help with church planting there.
A tam jsme založili taky novou službu pro děti A podobný klub, jako skrz který jsem přišel v těch 15 letech do církve já.
And there we also started a similar ministry, a club, similar to one that brought me to church and to God years before.
Před 3 lety jsme přišli do Karviné s manželkou a už 2 dětmi, kde jsme založili další klub právě pro takové děti a sloužíme tady v Karviné těmhle dětem.
And 3 years ago, me, my wife, and already 2 kids moved to Karviná, another town, where we started another club that is aiming to the similar kids as I was.
Takže to byly takové klíčové body, co mě přivedlo k tomu být vedoucím.
So these were some of the key moments that brought me to being a leader at the clubs.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. It's been, we really appreciate hearing this from you and your journey.
Díky moc za sdílení, je skvělý slyšet tady tohle a tvůj příběh a tady tuhle cestu tvoji k vedení.
How would you describe the children of Karviná that attend your club and how many?
Jak bys popsal děti, které v Karviné jsou, které chodí na kluby, jestli je na nich něco specifického a kolik jich chodí?
Jo. A Karviná je hornické město už dlouhá léta.
Karviná has been a miners city for quite some time.
A v současné době je to podle nějakých průzkumů nejhorší město v České republice.
According to some polls, it's been voted as the worst city in the Czech Republic.
Je to hodně poznamenané právě tou těžbou a proto je tady i v Karviné mnoho rozvedených rodin.
It is also because of the mining and the history of it. And there's also a lot of divorced families in the city.
Je tady vysoká kriminalita.
There is high criminality.
Mnoho lidí na drogách.
Many people using drugs.
Výjimkou také není prostituce, kterou můžeme vidět na ulici.
And prostitutes in the streets.
Takže děti, které nám chodí do klubu, jsou ze všech těchto sociálních skupin.
And so the kids that are coming to clubs are coming from all these types of groups.
Ale naštěstí nám Pán Bůh dává i děti, které jsou z dobrých rodin.
But thankfully, God also gives us kids that are from good families.
A je krásné vidět, že oni si těchto dětí neštítí a naopak se jim snaží i být přáteli.
And it's amazing to see that these kids are not like afraid or unfriendly towards the kids from the worse conditions, but the opposite. They are trying to become friends with them.
Takže to jsou naše děti.
Yeah, so those are the kids that are coming to clubs. A můžu ještě zmínit tak kolik přibližně?
Schází se máme 24 dětí a průměrně se nás schází pravidelně 15.
So we have around 24 kids and regularly there are about 15 people meeting.
How are you building the bridge between a camp and the club and the local church?
Zajímalo by nás teďka, jak se vám nějak daří budovat propojení kemp, potom kluby a církev.
Mhm. A po celou dobu své služby toto vnímám jako zásadní.
Throughout my whole serving, this is something that I see as very important.
Vedoucí na klubu musí být pravidelnými účastníky na bohoslužbách.
The leaders at the clubs need to be coming to church regularly.
Takže to je propojení mezi klubem a církví.
So that's a connection between club and church.
Kde se snažíme potom ty děti zvat i na bohoslužby.
Where we also try to invite the kids to the Sunday services.
A když tam chodí vedoucí, tak tam pak můžou chodit i děti.
And
Je
when
to
the
cesta.
when the leaders already go to church, the kids can follow them there.
Pak je důležité propojit i ty misijní akce, nejenom tábor, ale všechny misijní akce s církví.
Then it's important to connect all the missional events, not only camps, with the church.
Pro nás to znamenalo vytvořit prostor pro ty rodiče těch dětí, ty děti, aby se církev s nimi společně mohla potkávat a skrz tuhle cestu je potom zvat i na bohoslužby a do církve.
For us, this meant creating a space for parents and parents with kids where they could meet after the camp or where we could invite them after the camp.
A proto jsme vytvořili jednou měsíčně neděli jinak.
That's why we created once in a month an event called Sunday Differently.
Kdy po bohoslužbě zůstávají vedoucí plus další lidé z církve. Máme společný oběd a potom zveme ty rodiče a ty děti na další společný program, kde jsou hry, kde se bavíme o víře.
When after the Sunday service, there are leaders that stay there. We have lunch together, and we invite the parents with the kids to a special program that we have, where we play games and we talk about faith.
Ten most je pro nás důležitý dělat každý měsíc, protože někdy po kempech je fajn, když se udělá velká akce, ale pak už nebylo nic dalšího, tak proto jsme se rozhodli vytvořit něco, co je náročné časově, ale vidíme, že to má smysl.
We think it's important to do this like bridge that is connecting people with the church every month, because it's great to have like one big event after the camp, but then when there's nothing else during the year, it just somehow disappears. And so this is very time consuming, but we can see that it's worth it.
Možná na závěr bych řekl, že toto děláme 3 roky a zatím bylo velmi málo rodičů, kteří přišli takhle v neděli na bohoslužbu, ale jedna maminka přišla na Alfu a skrz tu Alfu uvěřila a přišla do církve.
We've been doing this for 3 years, and so far there's only a few parents coming to the Sunday services, but there was one mom, one of the kids. She began to attend Alpha courses, and afterwards she also started coming to church on Sunday.
Minulý rok dokonce i její manžel mohl přijít na křest její, kde jsme se mohli modlit za jeho nemocné srdce a i on prožil setkání s Bohem.
And last year, she decided to get baptized, and her husband also came to the baptism, and they had an opportunity to pray for him, and he decided to give his life to Jesus as well.
neprožil uzdravení, ale přijal to, že Pán Bůh existuje a teď i s manželkou dochází na bohoslužby.
A on byl teda nemocný, nebo jako myslíš?
Jo, je nemocný.
And her husband, he was sick and he didn't heal physically, but he accepted that there is God and started coming to church on Sunday.
Takže věříme, že to ještě bude mít nějaký proces a že to bude k oslavě Pána Boha.
So we believe there's still a process to it and that it's gonna be for God's glory.
For sharing. I really like your follow-up, and you can see that it takes many years to get to the parents through the follow-ups and through the children, that sometimes we want instant results, but yeah, it takes many years to build the trust in Czech Republic.
Jo, díky Karle za sdílení, jsou to skvělé follow-upy a je vidět, že to bere spoustu let na to nějakým způsobem, aby ty rodiče přišli nebo nějak se k ním trošku dopracovat a my to často chceme, aby se to stalo hnedka a že to chce trpělivost a vytrvalost.
So my next question is, what are the needs of the generation that you are serving?
A jaké vnímáš, že jsou potřeby generace, které sloužíte?
Já myslím, že nejvíc potřebují dobré zázemí a přijetí, že ten jeden den v týdnu, který mají možnost 2 hodiny strávit s námi na klubu, je pro ně to nejdůležitější.
I think they need a safe space and acceptance, and the 2 hours a week they have at our clubs are very important.
Jsou to 2 hodiny, které můžou prožít v jiném prostředí, než ve kterém žijí.
It's 2 hours during which they can be in a different environment than the one in which they are growing up.
Pro mnoho dětí je to ten nejlepší den v týdnu.
For many kids, it's the best day of their week.
My potřebujeme tenhle klub určitě udržet a mít dostatek vedoucích, které se snažíme budovat.
And we need this club to stay like functional and keep it working. So it's important to have enough leaders who can attend and be there for the kids.
Potřebujeme mít ten čas na tyhle děti a věnovat se tomu rozvoji, aby jednou oni mohli vést třeba ten klub a my jsme mohli mít čas na další děti.
We need to be there for the kids and have that time for their development, so that maybe they could become leaders in the future, and we could have time for other kids again.
Jsou to samozřejmě praktické věci, jako třeba spacák, kvůli kterému třeba mnoho dětí nejezdí na tábory a podobně. Takže to se snažíme nějakým způsobem zabezpečit z té praktické stránky.
Then besides it, it's more practical things, for example, sleeping bags, which is sometimes the reason the kids don't go to camps, because they don't have it. So we also try to make sure they have this. We can provide this.
Poslední věc. Chceme je vytrhnout z toho prostředí třeba na víkend a vzít je na nějakou chatu a mít s nimi dobrý čas. A v tom potřebujeme taky dostatek financí, abychom jim to mohli třeba zaplatit a mohli je pozvat, protože rodiče to mnohdy nejsou ochotní dát.
Another thing would be we have these efforts to take the kids from the environment they live in throughout the year, for example, for the weekend on a takeaway. So there's also practical things like financially that we are trying to provide, because sometimes like many parents are not willing to pay for it for their kids.
So last question on you. Do you have something more that you would like to share with us? Either a story or something that you want to share?
Poslední otázka, jestli máš něco, co bys s námi chtěl sdílet, ať už nějaký příběh, svědectví, něco.
Jeden mám a je úplně čerstvý a mám z něho obrovskou radost.
I have one story. It's very fresh and I'm very excited about it.
Moje dcera minulou neděli večer odevzdala svůj život Kristu.
My daughter gave her life to Jesus last week.
Wonderful.
To je skvělý.
Její teprve bude 11 let.
She'll be 11 soon.
A vidím, že pro děti, které nemají věřící rodiče a mají možnost navštívit náš klub jenom jednou týdně na 2 hodiny, tak nemají takovou šanci poznat víc Krista.
And I can see that the kids that are coming to clubs only for 2 hours a week, and they are growing up without like in a non-believing environment, they don't have as like big chance to meet Christ.
O to víc je to pro nás teď takovou motivací sloužit těmhle dětem, protože víme, že i naše děti jsou vlastně na tom stejně jako oni, protože ještě nepřijali Krista. Mnohé děti vedoucích.
And now we have even bigger motivation of the kids there, because just to be there for them and give them the possibility to meet the Christ. Also because like there are many kids, even the kids of the leaders, who still did not accept Christ.
Takže vidíme, že to je zápas i o naše děti, které na ten klub také chodí.
So we can see it's a battle even for our kids that attend the clubs.
Mám radost z toho, že naše dcera mohla se rozhodnout pro Krista a může být povzbuzením pro ostatní. Věřím, že to bude mít velký dopad pro náš klub.
And I'm excited that our daughter accepted Christ, because I believe it can have a big impact even on the club for other kids.
A poslední věc, kterou bych to chtěl jen podtrhnout, to, jak je Bůh velký a dobrý.
And the last thing which I would like to say in the end, and just summarize how great our God is.
Takže naše dcera si to nenechala jenom pro sebe, ale teď v neděli, na květnou neděli, předstoupila před celou církev, před celý sbor a sdílela toto svědectví, že přijala Krista.
Our daughter didn't just keep the decision to herself, but this Sunday she shared her testimony, her story at church in front of everybody.
To jsme s manželkou nečekali, že vystoupí a řekne to celé církvi sama.
And this was something we did not expect, me and my wife, that she would just go there by herself and tell the whole church.
Byl to krásný okamžik a vidím, že Bůh může jednat i skrze děti.
it was a beautiful moment, and I can see that God can move even through children.
Yeah.
Praise
A
God. Yeah.
bylo by
Thank
těch
you.
příběhů víc, ale
Mhm.
tohle je teď nejsilnější.
There would be more of the stories, but this is probably the strongest one from this.
Yeah.
Praise God. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. So, Karel, how can we pray for you?
Karle, jak se můžeme za tebe modlit?
Myslím, že to nejdůležitější, co potřebujeme, jsou vedoucí. Možná být právě pro ty vedoucí povzbuzení. Modlit se za to, aby jsme v té službě mohli obstát a mohli v ní vytrvat a vydržet. Protože jsme malé společenství a mnoho vedoucích dělá víc služeb najednou. Je to náročné, ale děláme to s velkou láskou a s velkým požehnáním.
So probably the biggest thing is having enough leaders, because we are like a small community in our church. So many leaders are doing more types of serving. And so it is exhausting, it is very difficult. So we need endurance and motivation and energy to keep doing it.
Daniel, how about you?
Yeah, maybe I think for me, I agree with Karel, but also that leaders will have courage to start a new mission camps.
Mm-hmm. I have one question for Daniel. Some of the camps are under the umbrella of the local church, and some of the camps are under the umbrella of scouts, with people from the local church being in the leadership team. How much is each group?
Actually, all our camps are under umbrella of junior union, and in junior union, some camps they are scout and some are just kids clubs.
Yeah.
But exactly how much, I think Teresa, do you know how many scout camps do we have? We had our
Last year it was around 2/3 of the camps were traditional, normal camps like hiking camps or some kind of creative camps, English camps, and so on. And 1/3 of the camps were scout camps.
Yeah.
This year we are expecting a little bit more of scout camps, because last year some of the scout groups became part of the junior union, and they are planning to make a camps, but we will know the exact numbers in 1 month probably.
Yeah.
I grew up in an orphanage. He has many memories from that, and it impacted his life. So I understand, Karel, when you grow like that God reaches out and shows love. You don't understand that before.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a family that didn't know God. I heard the gospel the first time at 18. So I understand not knowing, not understanding. And I was not received in my family after I embraced Yeshua.
Yeah.
Build strength and determination.
Yeah.
And it's time for the harvest.
Yeah.
You maybe have heard the 1 billion soul harvest that we are praying for, and Europe is ready. So go for it.
Good. Yes.
Bring those children in. God is raising up, Hank, maybe, or I don't know, we call them millennials.
Mhm.
I'm not sure the age, but God is raising up strong young men and women that are very sold out. We're excited. I'm excited.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We really appreciate partnership with you. So thank you. Thanks.
Right. Thank you so much, Daniel, Terka, and
Yep.
Karel. And thank you everyone for coming. And we
Yep.
appreciate so much your support, that you're supporting the camps. And then we just learned the beautiful stories and how God is using your generosity and everything that is possible thanks to you. And kids, yeah, they need love and they need friends and they need to meet the one who is love and who can provide everything. Yeah, so really, yeah, thank you. Thank you that you are here with us. And if you want to learn more, yeah, feel free to ask us and we will ask Daniel and we will update you on the camps. So thank you. Thank you for being with us this Tuesday morning.
Yeah.